Okay. Respectfully venerable with a great honor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sushada Thomalai, and it's my honor to be the moderator of this evening events. And on behalf of the World Alliance of Buddhists, or WAB, we would like to welcome everyone with a great pleasure to Global Buddhist Forums to commemorate on Maka Busha Day and 54 of Dhammacaya's temple's anniversary. And today we will have a forums on the topic that everyone will would like to know more about the Buddhist Silk Road 2024. And this program is being held on 17 February 2024 at 10 to 9 p.m. Thailand time via Zoom application. And as today, we arranged the forums on the occasion of Makabusha Day. It is a significant day in Buddhism, and we also know as the significance events we call Chaturongka Sannibat. And on that day, Buddha taught those arahat, a summary of Buddhism called Ovatapatimokkha, since the Buddha era until now. It is an important principle of self-practice and spreading the teaching in Buddhism that we allow all mankind to coexist in peace and happiness by teaching of the Lord Buddha. And before we start the seminars, I would like to introduce our scheduled and honorable guests and okay and to all participants at this time. So first we will uh, we will welcome we will have a welcome dress by Venerable Ponchai Parawatthamo Pinyapong, the President of All Alliance of Buddhists, or WAB. And then we will invite uh, Most Venerable Mukunu Vera Anuruddha, Secretary General of World Alliance of Buddhists, World Buddhist Sangha, WBSY. And then Honorable Speaker, Mr. Ashanj Praveen Malalastekara, the founder chairman of Malalastekara Foundation in Sri Lanka. And then we will invite Honorable Speaker, Most Venerable Ta Hui, President of Chinese Young Buddhist Associate, CYBA, from Taiwan. And after that, at around 7:25, we will invite Honorable Venerable Bhikkhuni Dr. Ming Yu Shi, Deputy President of World Alliance of Buddhists, WAB, in Taiwan. And then we invite Honorable Speaker Dr. Effendi Hansen, Spiritual Tourism Ambassador of Borobudur from Indonesia. After that, we will invite Honorable Speaker Dhammachara Andrew Williams, Drama Master from Australia. After that, we will invite Honorable Speaker Dr. Ong Siu, President of Malacca Buddhist Lodge, Ujjambara Mission. And after that, Honorable Speaker Dr. Lai Ketyong, Deputy President of Associations of Buddhist Tour Operation, or ABTO, Secretary General of World Alliance of Buddhists, WAB, as well. And after that, Honorable Speaker Dr. Mithila Chahuri, Joint Secretary General of World Alliance of Buddhists, or WAB. And after that, Honorable Speaker Venerable Clint Kunachavo, teaching monk from Wat Pawana, Toronto. And after that, Honorable Speaker, Venerable Dr. Prasanit Wong, uh, Prasanit Wongwuthi Wangso, Director, Department of Communications of Wat Ratchamakaya. And after that, we will have a crossing speed followed by meditation, chanting, sharing loving kindness for global peace conducted by Venerable Ponchai Palawatamo Pinyapong, the president of WAB. And then we will uh, see the video on Dhammakaya Temple. And this is all of our schedule. And for the first uh, first schedule, we would like to invite Venerable Dr. Ponchai Palawatamo Pinyapong, the President of World Alliance of Buddhists, to give us the welcoming address at this time. นิมนต์เจ้าค่ะ
Good evening, everyone. I wish that everyone can listen to me clearly because I speak for Mandalay, Myanmar, and the internet in Myanmar now don't good. So sometimes no electric. That's why I am very afraid that someone may, if you can listen to my voice, please send the number one to the in the chat box. Send number one in the chat box. Okay, that means you can listen to me clearly. So now I would like to invite everyone to pay homage to the triple gem together before we start our program. Our program also live by YouTube. By YouTube. Okay, please share the Buddha image. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava พุทธังภวันตังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามิอันธรรมยังพุทธสสะภะคะวะโตปุปภาคณามการังกะโรมาเซนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ bow second bow third bow today I am very happy to welcome everyone to participate in the Global Buddhist Forum. Every year we have the forum at least 2 times. First is to celebrate Makabusha Day. Makabusha Day this year fall all the full moon day of the third lunar month. This year is 24 February. And Earth Day is 24 February. That means next week. Next week, Friday, Saturday is Makabusha Day. And Earth Day is 22nd April. So we have at least 2 forums for everyone to share your wisdom, to share your experience. So everyone, the participant can listen to your experience and wisdom about Buddhist knowledge. And this time, Makabusha Day, we have the topic, the Buddhist Silk Road 2024. About Buddhist Silk Road, I think everyone know that the Buddhist Silk Road is long time, about 1,500 years ago. Is the road that from China to the Europe about the trade business. And at the time, the Buddhist propagation is come from that road. So before name Silk Road, some people call this road is the Buddhist road. And the Hianjiang from China come from China to study India by this road. If you can see the roads by the PPT, later Sumana can share the PPT. You can share the PPT. This is uh, during the Buddha time and Buddhism spread of Buddhism after uh, Buddha time. The spread of Buddhism is go to uh, Southeast Asia, Thailand, Myanmar, Indonesia, and go to East Asia, Taiwan, China, and go to South Asia, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. And next, this is the first Buddha statue during the Kanishka king after Buddha Parinirvana about 600 years. Next ไปเรื่อยๆเลย the Silk Road that I mentioned in the past 1,500 years is from China to the Europe, but you can see that the Xinjiang come from this way to Europe. Cannot come to India directly because the Himalayan like the barrier, so he have to come from this way and come to India by Khyber and then go to study in India. This is in the past 1,500 years ago. So nowadays we have many Buddhist monument in many countries, such as in India, we have the pilgrimage route. Next ไปเรื่อยๆเลยจ้ะ now everyone can go to four sacred places of the Lord Buddha, the birthplace in Nepal, the enlightenment place in Khaya, the first sermon in Saranath, and the Parinirvana in Kushinaka. This is the pilgrimage route. This is the Achanta also. Next. Next. This is in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka also have many Buddhist heritage, World Buddhist heritage. This is in Anuradhapura. Next. This is in Dambulla in Sri Lanka. This is in Taiwan, Fokongshan. This is our group to Fokongshan last year. So now we have many places, Buddhist places. This is in Chuedakong, Myanmar, in Myanmar. Now I am in Myanmar, Mandalay. This is the tradition that have the watching the face of the Lord Buddha, Mahamuni in Mandalay. This tradition is more than 1,000 years. Every day, about 5 a.m. in the morning, people will come to this temple to join this function, this activity, full of the temple. This is the candy, Buddha relics, two relics in Sri Lanka. Then next, this is in Thailand, the Thailand temple of the dawn. When you come to Thailand, you see the sunrise, you can see this temple first, Wat Arun. So this in China, Long Mun Cave. Then in Bolobodo, Dr. Han today, he will be our speaker. So I would like to say that many countries now have the Buddhist places that we can make the pilgrimage. But in the past, people have to come to India to study in Nalanda University. Next, to study in Nalanda University and get the knowledge. But nowadays, by the technology, everyone can learn the Buddhism, can go to visit the some Buddhist places very easy, like a pilgrimage tour. So if every country have the Buddhist circuit like this, like India, Nepal, like Sri Lanka, like Thailand, Taiwan, the four pillar in Taiwan. So it's good for country, good for economic, good for people to uh, make the pilgrimage and good for the society. So that's why today our speaker, many one such as brother Dr. Hansen come from Indonesia, been talk about the Borobudur as the hub of Buddhism before during the Sriwijaya period. Brother Nikes from Lumbini, Nepal, he will talk about Lumbini as the Buddhist hub, the birthplace of the Lord Buddha. And now there are a lot of Buddhist sites in Lumbini. And Sư Fu, Dr. Mingyu Fa may talk about Taiwan, Buddhist in Taiwan. So I would like to say that today you can, I hope that everyone can learn about the Buddhist places and Buddhist pilgrimage in each country, uh, and also Buddhist culture, and the last one is Buddhist practice in each country, especially in the modern time. So I wish that this program will benefit for all the participants. So I would like to return microphone back in the first period to Dr. Suchada to continue our program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Ponchai Paratomo, for the welcome address. And next, we would like to invite Most Venerable Muku Nuvela Anuruddha, Secretary General of World Buddhist Sangha Youth WBSY, to give us inaugural speech at this time. กราบนิมนต์ค่ะ I'm not sure that now he's already in the Zoom meeting or not. Okay, so we would like to skip at this stage, and then maybe when Venerable Anuruddha can come to the Zoom meeting, we'll invite him again. So next, I would like to invite Honorable Speaker, Mr. Ashan Praveen Malasegera, the founder chairman of Malasegera Foundation from Sri Lanka at this time.
Namo Buddhaya. Greetings, most venerable Ponjai and all of the venerable community of the Mahasangha. Our sincere blessings on the 54th anniversary of the WAB and the Dhammakaya. And as we talk today specifically about the Buddhist Silk Road, which is our topic today for this forum, I'm very grateful and I extend my thank yous to be invited to speak at this forum to share a few ideas from the Malalasekara Foundation. So let me first start by introducing myself. I'm Ashan Malalasekara and I represent the Malalasekara Foundation here in Sri Lanka. So I think when we start off about talking about the Buddhist Silk Road in 2024, we should refer back to the most venerable Ponjai's kind introduction, which gave a little bit of context and overview of what is the traditional Silk Road, which ultimately was the main trade route that moved a lot of the spices and silks and other tradable goods from Asia Minor, Asia Major into Europe. So specifically talking about the historical Buddhist Silk Route, this refers to the network of trade routes that facilitated the spread of Buddhism from India to other parts of Asia, including Central Asia, China, Korea, and Japan during ancient times. And as most of us know, these commodities and spices were traded, but also most importantly, ideas, cultural practices of Buddhism. And this exchange played a significant role in the development of Buddhism throughout history. I hope everyone can hear me. I see my bandwidth is a little bit low, but at least they can hear my voice. If so, maybe they can type number 1 on the screen. Yeah. So, giving some notable examples, and I think it was an excellent video, especially of the Don Huang caves in Gansu province on the Silk Road. The Magao caves, also known as the 1,000 Buddha grottos, which contain thousands of Buddhist murals. Most of us have heard of the Gandhara art in the region of Gandhara, which encompass modern-day Pakistan and Afghanistan, where there's some excellent examples of Buddhist art. And this type of art spread along and influenced Buddhist art in other regions like Central Asia and China. So Buddhist monasteries also along this route served as hubs for exchange of ideas and Buddhist religion teachings, often taking, often encompassing and incorporating some of the culture of those regions and those areas specifically as well, which also gave some unique cultural attributes to the spread of Buddhism. Along with this, I think the translation of Buddhist texts, the Silk Road monks and great Buddhist scholars translated many Buddhist scriptures from Sanskrit into the local languages of China, Tibet, Central Asian languages. And this helped facilitate the Buddhist Silk Road and the assimilation of ideas to suit the local culture. We know a little bit about Buddhist iconography. As per the most venerable's presentation, we saw some great examples of some statues of the Bodhisattva and other religious figures. And these examples actually show how the Buddhist Silk Road facilitated not just goods of the spread of goods, but the transmission of religious beliefs. But I really want to, focus a little bit about what is the 21st century's Buddhist Silk Road and what is the role that the Buddhist Silk Road should play in 2024. So now we see, I think, that the Buddhist Silk Road has evolved not only to encompass historical trade routes, but also contemporary connections among Buddhist communities and institutions across Asia and beyond. So while physical trade routes of the past have diminished and vanished in importance due to modern transportation and communication, like this, what we're speaking today on a Zoom call, connecting many parts of the world at this forum in celebration of Maka Puja Day. Today, we see that the Buddhist Silk Road is fostering exchanges through dialogue, such as interfaith dialogue, with other religious groups, helping to foster understanding and cooperation among different faith traditions and different schools of Buddhism. And we share contemporary issues and such as social justice, environmental sustainability, and peace building. Then, as the most venerable shared, pilgrimage tourism among many Buddhist sites. That today the world is a much smaller place, and it's easier for us to visit and share those great attractions. Academic exchanges, scholarship, and practitioners of Buddhism participate in academic conferences, seminars, collaborative research projects to look at contemporary dimensions of Buddhist tradition and to get a better and deeper understanding of the Buddhist diverse cultural expression. I really want to focus also on the internet and the digital connectivity. I mean, this really is the modern age, and how the Global Buddhist Forum in 2024, I think, is a great shining example of how we share lots of Buddhist ideas across this forum. And these online forums and platforms enable practitioners to share our teachings, resources, and experiences across many geographical boundaries, which have no physical time and space. We also participate in cultural festivals and events like the Maka Puja, for one example, to organize art exhibitions, educational events, to celebrate the diversity of Buddhist traditions and cross-cultural understanding. And these events often attract participants from many, many countries. So I think, in short, I would like to conclude by saying that the Buddhist Silk Road 2024 may not resemble its ancient counterpart in terms of physical trade routes. And it continues to serve as a metaphor for the interconnectedness of the Buddhist communities and the ongoing exchange of ideas, values, and practices in a globalized world. So ourselves, the Maralasekara Foundation, takes great pride in sharing and translating many Buddhist texts and sharing the noble triple gem with many of our lay community around the world. So I think this should be the primary, the goal of the global Silk Route in 2024. So I hope my internet was not so bad and everyone heard me clearly. And this is a short summary of what I believe translates from the ancient Buddhist Silk Route to what is the modern day Buddhist Silk Route, using digital connectivity and interconnectedness to share ideas across non-physical spaces and boundaries. So once again, I thank everyone for inviting and giving the chance to the foundation to speak on this auspicious occasion. So Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you very much for the very nice and the speech that can make us understand more about the Silk Road in during this era. As we know that pilgrimage Buddhism is very important, and we can make it in cooperations in many ways. Actually, like Mr. Ashans Praveen said, that in like digital activities, many ways that we can cooperate and also to unite all Buddhisms all around the world together. And now I would like to invite Most Venerable Muku Nuvela Anuruddha, Secretary General of World Buddhist Sangha Youth WBSY, to give us an inaugural speech at this time. นิมนต์เจ้าค่ะ นมัสการค่ะ นิมนต์เจ้าค่ะ
Kante, can you talk? Just turn on the.
นมัสการเจ้าค่ะ Venerable can you hear me
No, Bante, can you unmute your microphone?
อ่า
What is the name of Anuru?
Hello.
okay
All
we hear the Venerable already นมั
venerable
สการเจ้าค่ะ
โชคดีครับ
นมัสการค่ะ
ครับ
so yeah we would like to invite the Venerable give us in inaugural speech at this time
I'm very happy, venerable sir, today join this forum under the Silk Road of Buddhism. Actually, we are going to do this year the pilgrimage of behalf of Silk Road, Wat Pradhamakaya and Sri Lanka Sangha member joined together Dhammadutanga program in 2024 May Vesak time. This we hope to cultivate the Siam Lanka Buddhist relationship, and we like to invite all the member of the Buddhists to join together, and we can celebrate this Vesak, and we can target to unity of the Silk Road nation. Actually, this is an important thing. China and Asia, India to China, before they make a Silk Road, propagate the Buddha Dhamma, especially the Mahayana tradition. India to bring the Buddhism to China, Mongolia, Korea, and Japan. But now we have a different way used to the propagate of Buddha Dhamma, but we need to cultivate and develop the Silk Road again, because now actually China, Pakistan, India, they have a connected to the road to go there. Actually, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia also part of the Silk Road too. We can make again the reunity and develop the Buddha propagation work under this theme. Actually, I'm very appreciate Dr. Ponchai and President of World Alliance of Buddhist Youth organized this historical meeting today. Actually, we can talk it soon, but we each other meet. We can talk again and develop this idea. Actually, I heard our president of Malala Sekara Foundation. Actually, we are very happy to hear from your speech. Your grand relative doing the same unity of Silk Road. Without Malala Sekara, Dr. Malala Sekara, we are not here today. We never forget this issue because he doing a lot of historical, even the past World Buddhist, World Fellowship of Buddhists and World Fellowship of Buddhist Youth. Now we need to renovate this historical thing again, memorialize the new generation. Actually, under this Silk Road theme, we can develop past history also again. I'm very happy Dr. Malala Sekara Foundation, the president, he gave the good idea. We are one family. We work together and we have developed the World Alliance of Buddhists and unity of the World Buddhist Nation. Actually, coming 22nd to 23rd, we celebrate Magha Puja Day under the guidance of Abbot and founder of Most Venerable Dhammajayo and Lompo Datta give opportunity to join together this activity. I really thank you, Dr. Ponchai, the Secretary General of WEB, and everyone who joined today. Actually, I'm in the way to some part of Sri Lanka, is no internet, but I get opportunity to talk. Any apologize, I delay with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Most Venerable Mukunuvera Anuruddha, Secretary General of World Buddhist Sangha Youth, that gave us very delightful speech. As I think that everyone feels as me that we can unite all Buddhists around the world by develop Silk Road again to propagate Buddhism, as the Venerable said that we are all in part of the Silk Road. Okay, at this time, I would like to invite Honorable Speaker, Most Venerable Da Hui, President of Chinese Youth Buddhist Association, CYBA, from Taiwan at this time. Please.
Hello. Mr. Da Hui is here.什么时候开始了？我们再看，大家都在看。大家好，我是台湾四大会，那么很高兴呢，大家能够齐聚在云端上面，那么呢，给我5分钟的时间，跟大家来分享现代佛法的修持。那么我个人出家30多年来的体验，那在这里跟大家做一个分享。第一个呢，就是自觉，就是我们能够觉悟到外在的一切现象，它都是缘起法，都是因缘所生法。所以因缘所生法呢，它就是不真实的。所以我们第一个要有这样的一个自觉，然后呢，面对外面的境界呢，我们很清楚，佛陀告诉我们的，它是不真实的，它是无常的、虚幻的，这是第一个，要建立到这样的一个正确的观念。那从外在的这个了解之后我们要培养自己的 另外一个是解脱的一个观念，叫做自己觉悟。那找到自己的自信本来面目，就是我们那一念清净的心。当我们没有起妄想，没有执着，这个当下的清楚明白的这一念心啊，它就是我们的本来面目。那当我们悟到这一念心性的存在，它的清净跟它的作用，那这个时候呢，对于我们后面的修持，它就可以更进一步的来做所谓的弘法的工作。所以叫做自强自立自强啊。那弘法者，他就是内修外弘，自己能够证悟到本来面目之后啊，将自己的宗教的体验，那么把它弘扬出去，让更多的人能够因为我们的弘法，他得到清净的解脱，犹如佛陀将他觉悟的法，透过僧团不断的弘传出去。那么相对的，我们也是一样的将我们自己所证悟到的这个解脱的心法，那么把它透过也许是故事，或者是种种的比喻，那么让众生能够理解我们的清净心的作用清净心的解脱啊。那么在这个佛教，让佛教呢在人间能够弘传出去，让佛法在生活上能够真正得到真实的实用。那只有自觉自强那我们来面对所有的烦恼，自然能够迎刃而解，才能够自度度人。谢谢。
I am Master Dahui's translator, also a CYBA members, WAB members, and Mr. Dahui is saying WAB is the new Silk Road, where all the different culture gather together with a different impact and the crossover exchange to each other. Let us understand Buddha's teaching better, more understanding. And he discussed about how do people practice Buddhism in the modern life. To practice Buddhism in modern life is the same as when we are in Silk Road, because Buddhism is the same. So we practice Buddhism through 4 elements. One is self-awareness. Once you can aware yourself, you will not affect by the mundane phenomenon. You can always not polluted by the outside environment and aware yourself. Second is finding your own nature, finding your own Buddha nature. Everybody have intrinsic Buddha mind. By understanding the Buddha mind is within, we find our pure mind, we find our Dhammakaya, and we can achieve Nirvana. Third, self-strengthening. By understand your true nature, true Buddha nature, you will have an understanding of the Buddha Dharma, and you can go teach other people. You can go propagate the Buddha Dharma. So you can do the self-strengthening. You bring up your own strength by helping others, by teaching others. And the last, and the self-discipline. By understand the causality and by understand the Dharma, you will regulate your own mind and regulate your own action. So through a self-discipline, you can achieve Buddhahood faster. So through self-awareness of intrinsic Buddha nature, self-strengthening, and self-discipline, we can make Buddhism able to practice. Buddhism is humanistic, is in our life. And we put the Buddha's teaching in our life, use awareness and the self-strengthening to conquer all the problems in our life. And we can helping ourselves, helping others. Helping others, transcending others is actually transcending ourselves in the Mahayana Bodhisattva ways practice. that Mr. Dao Hui want to share with everyone today. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you very much. So, the most venerable Dao Hui says about the modern Buddhist practice to discover like self-awareness, true nature, strength, self-strengthenings, and self-disciplines. As we all know that this is the most variable knowledge in Buddhism. It's about meditations, as Buddhists taught us long time ago. And in the past, it spread throughout the Silk Road effectively. So I really agree that now we should like come together and help each other to develop Silk Roads again in many ways, as like our honorable speakers will share with us today. So next, I would like to invite Honorable Venerable Bhikkhuni Dr. Ming Yushi, Deputy President of the Alliance of Buddhists, WAB, from Taiwan at this time.
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. Warm greetings from Taiwan, Taipei. I'm Bhikkhuni Ming Yu. Happy New Year. So happy to see everyone. Last month, I went to Indian Ming Temple. Every time I went to Ming Temple, Bodhigaya, I always thinking how to follow law of Buddha. So this time, Global Buddhist Forum 2024, I think World Buddhist Union very important. How to do our best for young generation youth to know Buddhist very important. When I was young, my grandmother, I saw she follow Master Xing Yun every week. Many times I follow my grandmother went to temple. The time I'm young, I find temple is very peaceful. And then growing up, I joined Buddhist society. So when I was young, continue now, I didn't forget my grandmother working and practice Dharma. So I have a two very important master. When I was young, is Master Xing Yun. Another is my master, Miao Feng. So I always follow Master Xing Yun and Master Miao Feng. But then pass away. But I always remember them teaching me, you must have a great compassion to thinking how to grow up your mind and clean your mind. So I thinking we need the teaching youth how to do. We must thinking very important. So I would like to sharing Master Xing Yun his Dharma teaching because he has 108 Dharma words. His life experience teaches us. Thank you, everyone. I would like to sharing everyone PPT. For this Master Xing Yun. When we feel lost in life and are unsure of what to do, we often try to look for an answer or advice. Venerable Master Xing Yun is often being asked to give an advice or say some words of encouragement. For this reason, he has narrated 108 words of wisdom based on his personal life experience. He hopes that this will inspire right mindfulness and help people realize that you are your own master, that you must bear the consequence of your own doing, and that the future is in your own hands. Master Xing Yun teach young people how to create it, and in every youth do his best get successful. Master Xing Yun teaches. The Buddha say, even if one escapes from the evil creations, it is one's real fountain to be born as a human being. Even if he awakens the heart of intelligence, it is his real fortune to realize a spiritual state which is about discipline and attainment. Always follow law of Buddha. The Buddha say, those who study the doctrine of the Buddhas will do well to believe and observe all that is taught by them. It is like unto honey. It is sweet within. It is sweet without. It is sweet throughout. So is the Buddha's teaching. This is China. Slick Road. You can see artists in caves. Opportunity seldom knocks twice. Seize the moment. Every day is a good day. Every place is a good place. All things are created by cause and conditions. When we give others cause and conditions, they will do the same for us. From a seed grows infinite number of fruits. The smallest stream may one day turn into a grand ocean. Even kindness in form of the smallest water drop must be reciprocated. Time is money. Life as a human is precious. Utilize your spare time productively, because time is wealth and time is life. Life is made for when we are adept at making every second count. A happy outcome for all is best. Do not humiliate others. Proper human conduct is displayed in giving others our blessings, our service, and our support. Dharma will find a way. What is Dharma? Patience, compassion, detachment, wisdom, friendliness, tolerance, and respect are all forms of Dharma. Buddhists who regard the Buddha as their role model of compassion, selflessness, non-attachment, and carefulness need not worry about never attaining Buddhahood. It is better to develop affinities than make enemies. Practice the 3 acts of godliness, do good deeds, speak good words, and think good thoughts. Exercise the 4 givings. Give others faith, give others joy, give others hope, and give strive for the fine harmonies. Individual harmony achieved through well-being, family harmony achieved through difference interpersonal harmony achieved through respect, social harmony achieved through cooperation, and the world harmony achieved through peace. Before any idea can be realized, we must first have aspiration, intend a permission, future then becomes within reach. We are all creating history. Therefore, we must establish our selves in Mary, in Burton, and in speech. What kind of a history would you like to leave behind in life? A humanist Bodhisattva is one who can take on the world's sadness, sorrow, suffering, and troubles, and is always willing to help others. In order to success, dedications must be clear, matters must be clear, reasons must be clear, and communication between people must be clear. Happy Lunar New Year. May the year be filled with brightness and hope so that darkness and sadness stay away from. Amitofo. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Venerable Bhikkhuni, Dr. Ming Yushi, that's sharing very nice presentation and also the meritorious Buddha teachings to inspire us to have like a precious time in life in every day. So thank you very much. สาธุค่ะ And after Venerable Bhikkhuni, Dr. Ming Yu, I would like to invite Honorable Speaker Dr. Effendi Hansen. He is the spiritual Buddhism's ambassador for Borobudur, Indonesia at this time. Please. I'm not sure that he is now in Zoom meeting or not. Okay. สวัสดีค่ะ Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, you call me.
Okay.
Thank you
So
so
I
much.
would like to invite you to share us about silk clothes and also as your duties as a spiritual tourism ambassador of Borobudur, Indonesia. So please share us.
Okay, I sent a record already. Yeah, could you please use the record? Okay, because I am in the there is an event of Luna, celebrating the Luna event in the other city.
Ah,
Okay, I sent the record already. Thank you so much. Could you please open it, my dear sister? Yes. Bikuni, Dhamma brother and sister, Namo Buddhaya.
Oke, saya mulai 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much for this opportunity for me. So today my topic is Together We Restore the Glory of Borobudur. Your Holiness, Bhikkhu Sangha, Bhikkhuni, Dhamma brother and sister, Namo Buddhaya. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartiest congratulations to Wat Pra Dhammakaya and the organizer on the auspicious celebration of 54th anniversary of Dhammakaya, commemorating the significant Magha Puja days. As we reflect on Dhammakaya 54 years journey, it is evident that the path has been challenging. However, with the power of Buddha Dhamma and unwavering perseverance, the Dhammakaya temple has not only endured, but has also grown stronger, gaining global recognition and popularity. In Indonesia, particularly at the sacred Borobudur temple, Dhammakaya temple has successfully conducted the Samanera ordination on December 2022 and then again in December 2023, of which I had the privilege of attending both ceremonies. In ancient times, Borobudur and its surrounding were parts of the Silk Route and the hub of Buddhism, because at that time, Indonesia consists of many Buddhist kingdoms such as Sriwijaya, Sailendra, and others, the remains of which are still there today. The popular palace near Borobudur is Ratu Boko Palace, as well as the many temples around Borobudur, proof that Borobudur is a center for Buddhist teaching. Constructed in the 8th century with 504 Buddha images and 2,700 sculptures, is acknowledged as the conclusion of the Buddha's teaching. It features a unique arrangement of pillars and intricately carved rock relief panel inscribed with the Buddha's history, story from Jataka, and teaching from Buddhist scriptures. As the spiritual tourism ambassador of Borobudur Temple, it is our responsibility to promote the sacred site, ensuring that Buddhists worldwide can embark on pilgrimage, revive the Borobudur as the Buddhist route and hub of Buddhism for the world. Currently, we are actively working to include Buddhists in the management committee of Borobudur. This issue has encountered challenges in reasoning, bureaucracy, and diplomatic procedure, causing delay implementing the pilgrimage and Buddhist religious program. In light of this, we appeal for support from the global Buddhist community. We seek assistance in finding solutions to address the challenges, fostering collaboration to enable effective management of Borobudur by capable Buddhist leaders. So let us unite as ambassadors, contributing positively to the collective effort of restoring the glory of Borobudur. May the Lord Buddha and all Bodhisattvas bestow their blessing upon these noble endeavors. May all sentient beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Buddha bless all of you.
เปิดเสียงหน่อยค่ะ เปิดไมค์ค่ะ
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Hansen, to sharing us about the Borobudur in Indonesia. As he said, like in the past, Borobudur is also the hub of Buddhism, of spreading all Buddha teaching as well around that area. So he also agreed that we should promote like the importance of places all around the world of Buddhism to promote and develop still close back to the Buddhism again. So thank you very much. Satu ka. So next I would like to invite Honorable Speaker Dhammachara Andrews Williams, Dhamma Master from Australia at this time. Please.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for the invitation to speak today for the World Alliance of Buddhists International Buddhist Forum, or Global Buddhist Forum. And we're also commemorating the 54th anniversary of Prawat Dhammakaya, or Dhammakaya Temple, and also the Maha or Magha Puja Day. And today we're going to talk about the Buddhism and its modern practices. And just before I do that, give a really short talk, I will recite some verses. I take refuge, or we take refuge until we're enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Through the positive potential we create by practicing the Dharma, may we soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May they be free from suffering and its causes. May they never be parted from the happiness beyond suffering. And may they abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment to the near, and aversion from the far. And we shall cause this. Great compassionate Buddha, please inspire us to be able to do so. And so, yeah, talking about the Buddhist, modern Buddhist practices. First of all, maybe I'll split it up into two bits. Okay, so obviously we have the ancient teachings, the Buddhist teachings from 2,600 years ago, as well as the commentaries of all the great masters throughout the ages. And of course, we have certain practices that go back to the Buddha's time and back many, many, many years, some other practices as well. And so obviously in the modern times, maybe we have certain outside way of practice related to the modern times. But of course, nothing has really changed. The Buddha's teachings, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, the paramitas to be perfected, and so on and so forth. The Brahmavihara, in other words, the four immeasurables of compassion, loving kindness, empathetic joy, and equanimity, all remain the same. The practice is the same in that sense. The purpose is the same. Maybe throughout the different traditions, we have different ideas of what nirvana or what nirodha or what enlightenment is and how to achieve it, things like this. But actually, still we have the same purpose, to realize the goal of the practice, to realize what we call enlightenment. Then, of course, we have the techniques or the methods to be put into practice. For instance, the 3 higher trainings, the higher training in morality, sila, the higher training in meditation, whether we call dhyana or bhavana, and the higher training in wisdom, prajna. Okay, so, or insight, penetrative insight. These are the methods to be put into practice, but then again, we have to put them into practice. So we have the means, so we have the purpose, we have the methods, and then we have the means to actually practice. Because if we have these this idea, this purpose, this goal, and then we have the methods that the Buddha taught to be able to achieve this goal, and then we don't practice, we will never achieve the goal. It's almost like we have a diamond, covered up with dirt, and we never look for it. Okay, so basically, these teachings and these practices have not changed. They may look like they've changed on the outside, but they actually haven't changed from the ancient times, to now. And so, of course, we can mention many other of the important and essential teachings and principles of the Buddha's teachings, but we don't have the time to go into all of those details, those aspects today. So maybe we can mention the modern things. Of course, we have different things from the time of the Buddha. The things that are the same, for instance, when it comes to our physical well-being, is we need to have food. Still the same thing, right? Maybe the foods have changed over time. Maybe there's more international cuisine now rather than just regional cuisines that we may be used to in the past. We have to have clean water to drink. We have to have some shelter, which includes clothes to help to keep us safe from the elements. And also we have to have sleep. And also, maybe I say here a little bit jokingly, but also have to go to the toilet. So these things, they have not changed. It's a lot of people think it has. Each generation, I think, thinks they are better than the previous generation. But actually, nothing really in this sense has changed at all. But of course, we have computers. For instance, we're able to do this forum today. And if I didn't have this laptop, for instance, then I couldn't participate in the forum with you. And so I'm very pleased that we have these modern things as well. And of course, we have modern transport and things like this to be able to get around. But all of these extra things really are conveniences. And the purpose really is secondary. What I mentioned, the purposes earlier is, to be able to purify our mind. This is primary. This is really, really essential and important. And of course, I mentioned just before the requisites, such as food and so on, to survive physically, these are essential. There's the computer here, to be able to get onto the internet and so on, to be able to do this online forum today, we have to have this type of thing. To be able to drive around, or to be able to get around, I should say, from maybe here to there, depending, the distance could be great, could be small. Maybe we need a car. Maybe we need access to trains, things like that. These are more modern. But the actual practice, we can do the online practice. We can have the practices in the temples, just like we used to do, but maybe different now. If there's, for instance, a very big temple, such as Dharmakaya temple, maybe you have some video screens around. If you have a really big puja, really big pit, and it's excellent, it may be tens of thousands of people there, but they wouldn't be able to have access to seeing maybe the monks chanting, things like that, if it wasn't for the modern technology of having the big screens up and also having the microphones. The monks wouldn't be able to be heard, for instance. And so I think you can say marrying the ancient past, the ancient wisdom from the ancient masters, right back to the Buddha, and marrying that with the modern times. We have no choice, actually, because here and now it's what we have. We can't think, I should have practiced in the past. That's already gone. We can't think, I'm going to practice in the future. Future never comes. So we practice here and now. This is what we have here and now. So with good intention, study the Dharma to the best of your ability, with a good intention, practice the Dharma to the best of your ability, concentrate on whatever aspect of the Dharma it is that you are practicing at any given moment, and share the Dharma freely to the best of your ability. So I think I haven't looked at the clock, so hopefully I haven't gone over, but I think I'm pretty close to the right time I was asked to speak for. Look after yourselves, take good care, and just to finish off, I will do a dedication prayer. Due to this merit, may we soon attain the enlightened state of the Buddha, so that we may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious bodhicitta not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. And may the precious view of shunyata, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Thank you.
Sadhu, thank you very much. Dhammacharas Andrew Williams from Australia. He says something that happened in the past and until now. Like since in the ancient time, Buddhism focused on practice, meditation, practice from insights, so wisdom and insights can arise from inner. And until now, in the present time, we still practice this kind of methods. That is something that Buddha taught us long time ago. And I love something that he said that, okay, we practice in the present time, here and now. And he would like us to share this kind of knowledge to everyone in the world. Thank you very much, Sadhu Ka. And next, I would like to invite Honorable Speaker Dr. Ong Si-Yu, President Malacca Buddhist Lodge, Udumbara Missions at this time. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Suchada. First of all, my respects to Venerable Souls, members of the Mahasangha, and brothers and sisters in the Dharma. And I also like to congratulate Wat Tamkaya for the 54th anniversary. For today, in conjunction with the Global Buddhist Forum, we talk about Buddhist Silk Road in 2024. And I want to share, some materials with regards to the implications of the Silk Road on the development of Buddhism in the modern world. Right? So when we talk about the Silk Road, in fact, there exists a land, Silk Road as well as a sea Silk Road. But for tonight, I will focus on the land Silk Road that refers to a network of the ancient trade routes that connect the east and the west, mainly to facilitate the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. And it actually emerged during the different historical periods with contributions from different cultures and empires. So it doesn't belong to China, it doesn't belong to India, it doesn't belong to anyone, but it's a joint effort of different empires. And especially during the first century itself, during the Han Dynasty in China, under the rulings of Emperor Ming, that it plays a very crucial role in initiating the trade along the Silk Road. And Chinese merchants at that time sought to establish economic and cultural connections with the West, leading to the exchange of sales, spices, etc. All right. And at the same time, from the West, from Europe itself, the Roman and Persian empires actually contributed to the development of the Silk Road by fostering trade and diplomatic relations. So as you can see from this chart here, especially the Mahayana Buddhism spread across the continent into China, and then from China, Japan, Korea, etc. But at the same time, right, through the sea, Vajrayana Buddhism, as well as Theravada Buddhism, spread into Southeast Asia, especially for Indonesia, especially it was mentioned by the earlier speakers that it was one of the key centers of Buddhism at that time, especially Vajrayana Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism, as witnessed by Borobudur. And in the subsequent centuries, the route fell under the control of different political groups, but it always being well used until the 15th century, when eventually the sea trade, dominated or took over, become the key route instead of the land route, right? At the same time, there's also the route where the merchants travel across the Himalaya, and that's when the Vajrayana Buddhism gets spread into Tibet and subsequently to Mongolia, etc. I would like to just share a little bit more about the significance of the Silk Road with regards to the transmissions of Buddhism into China during the first century, when Emperor Ming, who had already heard about Buddhism, and in one night he dreamt about a golden, figure floating, in the light, and that was believed to be interpreted by him as the Buddha himself. And therefore, at that time, he sent an envoy of 18 people, led by Chai Ying, to India to learn about the new religion to China at that time, about 2,000 years ago, and then returned to China with sacred Buddhist texts and paintings. At that time, there were two very important monks from India that was invited, into China during the first century, by the name of Kashyapa Matanga and Dhammaratana. So they are the first two monks traveled from northern India into China. And when they reached China, a temple was built for them, and the temple was called the White Horse Temple in Luoyang. So if today you visit, China in Luoyang, so you should be visiting, the White Horse Temple that was built, for the first two monks who traveled through the Silk Road into China at that time. And the first sutra that was translated into Chinese at that time was a sutra of the 42 sections. And this was regarded as the first Indian Buddhist sutras that get translated into Chinese. That's back then, in the first century itself, right? So ever since then, monks, missionaries, and pilgrims have been traveling across the Silk Road between the Central Asia and China. And subsequently, there are two very important Chinese masters that traveled through to India through the Silk Road, with the most prominent one like Fa Xian in year 400 AD, and then subsequently Xuanzang in 629 AD, right? So in fact, Silk Road mark a very significant contributions towards the Buddhism transmissions into China. Now, when we look into the Silk Road and the contributions towards the spread of Buddhism, there's a few points that I would like to share tonight for us to contemplate or to think about what is the significance in terms of the propagations of Dharma in the modern world. So first of all is the spread of Buddhism along the Silk Road is actually a trade route that implied the interactions between religion and socio-economic factors. So when we talk about Dharma propagations today, we should always be mindful about the socio-economic development. And for example, in the ancient time, Buddhism was propagated through the Silk Road, but in today's, that is almost like borderless, right? Through the internet, the e-economics, etc. Then, Buddhism propagations through the internet, is as good as the spread of Buddhism, like in the ancient time, for example. Then second part I'd like to share is that that actually represents a very strong cultural exchange that shaped the development of various forms of Buddhism in the different regions. And therefore, it is very important for us to continue with the spirit. I'm very glad that we have this global Buddhist forum from time to time that promote the sharing of different Buddhist cultures, because that itself is a representation of how Buddhism developed over the 3,000 years, the past 3,000 years, that take the forms of different regions. Thirdly is that the importance of preserving the artistics and the architectural influence that actually reflects the fusion of local and foreign artistic traditions. So earlier we talked about preserving Borobudur. At the same time, also Malaysia. Well, today we believe many thought that Malaysia is an Islamic country, but many years back, it was once in northern Malaysia that exists a Buddhist kingdom in ancient Kedah. That one of the Buddhist monks from China by the name of Yi Jing, when he took the sea route of the Silk Road, he did stop over in the northern part of Malaysia and reckoned that in his menu that was a Buddhist country in the northern part of Malaysia. And the fourth part is that as the Buddhism transmit across the continent, a lot of effort has been put in translating the path, that facilitated the study and practice of Buddhism in various regions and influenced the development of different schools of thoughts. And we should continue, with that spirit of translating various texts and to promote common understanding across different traditions of Buddhism. And last but not least is the historical and modern connections that along the Silk Road is not just Buddhism that get transmitted from one region to another, but also there's interactions of different religions itself. So there's a shared history of a cultural exchange and just dialogue along these routes that persist in the contemporary world. And we should continue to foster an awareness of the diversity within Buddhism traditions and inter-religious understanding based on our common history. And that is the basis of us to promote religious harmony moving forward. All right. So in summary, that the Silk Road definitely played a crucial role in the global development of Buddhism. And that is the missions of WAB moving forwards into the future. By facilitating its spread, fostering cultural exchange, influencing artistic expressions, and contributing to the transmissions of Buddhist texts. The historical interactions along the Silk Road will continue to shape the modern landscape of Buddhism and its diverse manifestations across different cultures. So with this, once again, I thank you for the opportunities to share a few words tonight. And I wish everyone here be well and happy with the blessings from the Triple Gems. And let us work together to carry on with the spirit that our past masters and our ancestors that contributed since the Silk Road developments and the promotions of Buddha Dharma. And we should carry on with this spirit and work, even closer moving forward together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Song Siu. He explains a lot of information about the history of Silk Road. So we saw that many countries and areas in this world connect each other throughout Silk Road. And in the past, until now, I think we have exchanged cultures, religions, and a lot of things, as he explained us, especially spreading Buddhism all around the world. And he said that, okay, even like today, we still can promote this Silk Road to promote and propagate Buddhism to everyone around the world, because Buddha teaching is variable from all mankind. So I agree, and I can't wait to see Silk Road can develop in our era. Thank you very much. So I would like to invite the next honorable speaker, Dr. Lai Ket Yong, Deputy President of Associations of Buddhist Tour Operation, ABTO, and Secretary General of World Alliance of Buddhists, WAB, at this time. Please. สวัสดี
Thank you
ค่ะ
very much สวัสดีครับ moderator Dr. Suchada น้องโอน and
สวัสดี
also
ค่ะ
all the venerables and Dharma brothers and sisters tonight. So greetings to all of you. So that because earlier on I have informed Venerable Dr. Ponchai as well as Sister Mitila and also those the organizer that I actually have a dinner appointment out. So I just back. So I have actually sent in a video message. So please, can you please play the video message for me? Thank you. Your Holiness Mahasangha, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Dharma brothers and sisters, I extend my sincere thanks to the organizer for organizing this significant event dedicated to commemorating the auspicious Maka Puja as well as celebrating the 54th anniversary of the Dhammakaya Temple. As the largest Buddhist temple in Thailand with an extensive network spanning over 80 branches across 35 countries, Wat Phra Dhammakaya deserves special recognition. Congratulations to the Abbot, Luang Por, management and staff for their continuous commitment to pioneering and spearheading the propagation, promotion, and public engagement of Buddhism on a global scale, contributing to the well-being of humanity. Based on the theme, Buddhist Silk Road 2024, my topic is Buddhism in Malaysia and its current development. Malaysia is a multiracial country with the national religion being Islam, but the country's constitution guarantees the right of practice for all other non-Muslim citizens. Buddhism is the second largest religion in Malaysia after Islam, and about 20% of the Malaysian population being Buddhist. The introduction of Buddhism in Malaysia can be traced back to the ancient spice trade routes about 200 BCE, which traversed the straits between Malaya and Sumatra. These routes facilitated trade between the eastern region, Asia, Africa, and also China. The Silk Road, a land route through Central Asia from China to India, complemented the spice route, giving rise to trade gateways at various land and maritime points. Early Buddhist influence in Malaya is often associated with Indian influence and the kingdom of Sriwijaya in Indonesia. The Sriwijaya kingdom, credited for constructing the Borobudur complex in central Java, Indonesia, played a significant role in shaping Buddhism in the region. Archaeological findings in Lembah Bujang, Kedah, which is in northern Malaya, provided evidence of this influence, showcasing Buddhist sculptures as well as images dating back to the 5th century AD, along with inscriptions. Notably, in 2011, the Malaysian government disclosed archaeological findings suggesting that the base of a stupa dates back to the 1st century AD, an unprecedented discovery predating all known sites in Southeast Asia. Because of these findings, discussions have been reignited about the potential site of Dharma missionary by Emperor Asoka of India to Suvarnabhumi, or the land of gods. Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Sumatra, Malaya, and Cambodia are possible Suvarnabhumi. One of the 9 destinations emissaries were sent by Emperor Asoka in the 3rd century BC to propagate Buddhism. And the second wave of Buddhism reached Malaysia likely through the Chinese immigrants who settled in the Malacca Kingdom, arriving from China by sea for trade. The British colonization of Malaya in the 19th century, primarily in tin mining and rubber planting, didn't quite resonate well with the local Malay population, who are more focused on fishing as well as farming. And this led to the promotion of economic migrants and traders coming from China, from India, and Ceylon, present-day Sri Lanka, to meet the labor demands. Today, the Mahayana group forms one of the largest group of Buddhist youths and monastic in Malaysia, largely inspired by dynamic masters from institutions in Taiwan such as Fo Guang Shan, Tzu Chi, Dharma Drum Mountains, Hai Tao Foundation, and Omitofo Care Center, etc. On the Theravada traditions, the first Burmese Buddhist temple in Malaya, Thami Karama, was established in 1803 by a Burmese philanthropist in Penang. Monastic teachers from Myanmar, particularly using the Mahasi method, have influenced meditation practices in the Vipassana method. The first Thai Buddhist temple in Malaya, Wat Chaya Mangalaram, was established in 1845 with the British government allocated land. It houses the world's third largest reclining Buddha and is a significant Buddhist site. Malaysia hosts around 90 larger Thai temples and an estimated 100 smaller Thai shrines, mainly serving the Malaysian Thai as well as the Chinese community. The Vajrayana group, meanwhile, the Vajrayana group could be said to be the fastest growing group among Malaysian Buddhists. It has gained quite impetus with the visits of Venerable Galwa Gamapa in 1980, His Holiness the Dalai Lama in 1981, Lama Zopa Rinpoche in 1996, etc. They have set up centers in various places in the countries and also formed a federation called the Vajrayana Buddhist Council of Malaysia. The present favorable political environment promoting freedom of practices has led to a notable rise in Buddhist sites, organizations, educational institutions, temples, meditation centers, and cultural initiatives all across Malaysia. So this is due to time constraint. I think this is as much as I want to pass the message for this Global Buddhist Forum. So thank you very much for listening. Happy Maka Pucha. May all sentient beings be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So thank you very much, Dr. Lai Ket Yong. He's told us more about Buddhism in Malaysia. So we know more about Buddhism in Malaysia because actually we just know that okay, we have Buddhism in Malaysia, but we don't know exactly like how much many countries around Malaysia connect each other, especially in Buddhism. Like he said that many countries such as Thailand, Myanmar, Indonesia, in the ancient time until now, we connect each other, and also until now, he believe that okay, we still have a strong connection, and we will propagate Buddhism. Actually, we are still close together in the future. So thank you very much, Dr. Lai Ket Yong. Thank you,ค่ะ. So next, I would like to invite. Thank you,ค่ะ. So I would like to invite honorable speakers, Venerable Clint Kunawasho. He is a teaching monk from Wat Pawana, Toronto, Canada at this time. นิมนต์ค่ะ
Hello, everyone. I'm very honored to be here. And, sorry. So I'm very glad to be here with you all and get to share some little things with you all. As today, the Silk Road, yes, it symbolizes how Buddhism has spread. And for today, I'm in the USA, and I'm born, raised here in the US, and I've been doing my part, trying to share and teach everyone some meditation as well as Buddhism. So how I've been doing it is by, I'd like to share this part here. So how do we do it? How do we teach in the US? The thing is, we have to know what we need to do as a teacher. You know, as teachers, we need to research. We need to have preparation. We have to have the time to actually teach. And then even after teaching is very important. These are things that we have to think about as a teacher in general. As Buddhists and as monks and sharing Dharma, the next thing we need is also understanding the language that we're sharing, taking that more research into the culture in which to share the information, because there are some things in Buddhism which is old culture, which if you translate directly, it doesn't sound so great. When in truth, you have to go back to the true meaning, the real point of it, and explain that. From there, there's also the technology in which we use. Like, as you can see right now, I'm using a computer. I use these different things to make it possible for people to see and understand. And also, most importantly, our mindset of why we're doing it. If you love to teach, you want to help people, that is your job. This is something you should do. But if you know you're more for self-practice, maybe not a great teacher, and maybe do your part in practicing and showing them how to do it. So this is something that I've been practicing. And from there, we know that in order to do this and make it successful, so my master tells us to follow this 4 things. We call it the 4 C's: comfort, conscious, consistent, and then consider. What this really means is comfort is relax, be at ease, as in you love what you're doing. The thing that you're doing, you love it. Conscious is focusing on it. Consistent, keeping up your practice. And then consider, as in observe, so you can improve. This is how we can continue to get better. If this sounds familiar, it should. It is itibata. Chanta citta viriya vimamsa. This is quite literally how we can become successful. So, as we know, we can teach in many various ways. How we spread? Online is one way. I actually do this a lot. And of course, we know in person is the best thing to do when you have more people actually there with you. From there, there's also, you can have retreats, have time to bring people together and enjoy some peace together. And of course, we have to think of our next generation, the kids. Work with schools. That way you can start to spread the Dharma more. And of course, it's not always so easy, but these are just some ways that I have been doing it. So to show you guys, starting with online. With online, as you can see me, I'm pretty high tech. Whenever I'm online, this is how it looks. I say hello to everyone, talk to everyone just like this. When it's time to meditate, I adjust it. And then there's a background for them to look at if they want, because as we know with meditation, everyone has their own level. We help them in the way that works. They need to open their eyes, have something for them to look at, relax, be at ease. And at the end, I always have time for Q&A, so you can actually see each other. This is everyone in the room right now, or at least most of us. So you see, it's all about adjusting with the technology you have, as well as all that. Not only that, when you look at the different platforms, I stream to several pages at once. So on YouTube, when you first start off, it won't be that much. Nowadays I get about 36, 24, something like this. It's the normal numbers I get on a regular daily basis. This is just this week's classes. And then, but if you see that the work you're doing, it does grow. More people come in and watch later. The numbers go up. And then you know that you're doing your part, helping people. Of course, my page is still pretty quiet, pretty small. But that's because I want to be the person who helps people practice. Be your practice buddy, so we can practice together. But as I mentioned, different platforms have different numbers. So on Facebook, the numbers are much bigger. They jump up quite a bit more. And this is after just a day. It jumps up right away. Daily, I usually get about 100 or so. It's not too much, but there's definitely a following. And online, while we do on Zoom, this is one of the bigger classes I've had. I usually average about 15 to 20 people. And I do my part to help them. If it feels right, this is great. But this is what you guys see compared to what I see. This is what my screen looks like normally. On the left, that is Facebook. In the middle, that's Zoom. On the right, that is YouTube. And usually in that center part is also Twitch. But depending on my internet, it will show which one I'm able to do. So we do the part that we're able to do. I'm fairly techie, so I know online is my next thing that I can definitely help with a lot and share the wisdom. Because when we can do this, we can start to create a lot of retreats or time to come together. So like I got the opportunity to teach at Alabama It was supposed to be a small retreat. When I went, they said, "Oh, we will only have about 20 people." It turned out we had about 80. So the numbers should not be something that you care too much about. Instead, care about the people in front of you, those who are there you can help. These are the volunteers who wanted to give an offering afterward. So you're there for the people. Help them so they can help themselves. Then there was a group in Las Vegas. I got to teach here. I've been teaching them online for a while, and then we got the opportunity to meet up. So I got to go and help them. So even if a small group, if you can help someone, it's a good thing to try. From there, this is just last month. I was in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, and then we had a retreat and some classes. Got to meditate together. But as I mentioned, not only during the class is it important, but also after the class. After the class is over, there's time for us to talk, to ask questions. In fact, after today, you guys can ask questions also if you want, and clarify things as well as gain better relationships. This is in New Jersey. This is just last week. I got to teach, and of course, like I said, have time with the people. That way you can answer questions, create a community, and also get to work together so that we can find peace together. That's the most important thing. And I was very fortunate. I got to work with some schools. So this is back in Chicago. This was about 5 or 6 years ago. You can see everyone's all lined up. Beautiful. Then what happened is later on, more and more kids came. There's no more space for them to sit very nice. So fun. I made it interesting. I had even more animations than you see now. And then I'm recently now moved to Toronto, Canada. This is me at a high school. I got the opportunity to teach at the high school for one of their classes. As this is all thanks to monks walking around so that people can see us. And then the teacher, who you'll see in the next picture, or not this one, the teacher, he happened to see one of our monks. And he asked them, "Hey, would you be able to teach?" And the monk who we met could not teach, but he gave them my information. So then we were able to connect and talk. So in the end, like I mentioned before, these are the things we really need if we want to spread Buddhism, spread meditation to the world. Of course, first, we are a teacher. So you do the things that people need to do as a teacher. From there, adjust to the culture, adjust to the technology you're using, adjust to what needs to be done, especially your mindset. And once you have your mindset ready for this, then we do what the Buddha taught us, to have our iddhibatsi, or iddhipada, to be able to continue to get better and better. And as you're doing this, of course, one important thing you have to do is make sure you have information for them. That way they can come back or continue to talk to you afterward. So this is my information. This QR code above me is the digital business card. It will look like this if you happen to scan it. And then you will see all my different social medias. As I'm a high-tech monk, I like to be contacted. So anytime people want to contact me, I give them various options to contact me. And there are many people who talk to me very regularly, whether it be by SMS, Line, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, and WhatsApp. There are so many different ways that I allow people to contact me. This way, we can help close the gap and help them understand deeper, especially when they're on their journey in meditation. So, in the end, I hope you all benefit from this mini presentation. I hope I didn't speak too quickly, as my English and my Thai, for that matter, I tend to speak quite quickly. So, I think I was allowed to ask if anyone had any questions. You're welcome to ask if you'd like. But if we have no more time, no problem. Oh, yes. Hello, Sumana.
Wow, thank you. It was so impressive. So, Venerable Clint, I saw you had like big classes in many places. So, how could you recruit or invited? How could you invited all the participants? That's so many, just like that. So, please tell us how.
Okay. In this case, it was not me. It's not just me. It was the team. The team is important. when we work together, that's how we can make amazing things happen. For me, I just do the online part, and then I share and help people where they are. And then when they want to meet, they can come in and meet. So what's important is when your team is going out to PR, to present, promote, share with people, that's one way. Other thing is sometimes you do need to share through through different medias. Sometimes you can do it free through TikTok, through Instagram. Social media is a very good tool if you know how to use it correctly. So I do recommend doing that. And that way, it's a way to start. And don't expect everything to be big right away. It takes time. Even my online class, it took time. I've been doing it. Next week will be my 400th episode. So it's a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of time to practice. Just like we said, you have to have comfort, consciousness, consistency. That consistency is what helps me continue to grow. Otherwise, it's like it will come and then go, and then it won't be very successful. But if you take that time to be consistent, take the effort to push it in because you want to do it, it is very fulfilling, and you're able to help more and more people. So thank you for your question. Okay. Did anyone else have any other questions? You can type in the chat. That's fine too. Or if no others, I'm happy that I'm here, and you can ask away anytime as my QR code is here. Okay. Then thank you very much.
Okay. So I would like to thank you very much, Venerable Clint Kunashawo, teaching monk from Wat Pawana, Toronto, Canada, as he shares his very useful experiences of teachings, meditation, and Buddha teachings, and shared a lot about the technique that he used, like 4C, comfort, conscious, consistence, and consider. So moreover, he using a lot of technologies via online social media like Zoom, Facebook to make people gather people a lot more than only on site, sorry. And I really sure that his sharings today will be like benefit from for everyone that would like to propagate Buddhism in the future in each country. So thank you very much. สาธุค่ะ And next, I would like to invite honorable speaker, Venerable Prasanit Wongwuttiwangso. He is the Director's Department of Communications at Prachamakaya Temple at this time. นิมนต์ค่ะ
Can I share my PowerPoint?
Sure. โคโฮสหรือยังนะรบกวนโฮสต์ช่วยตั้งหลวงพี่เป็นโคโฮสต์ค่ะกราบนิมนต์ลองแชร์ดูค่ะได้ไหมเจ้าคะ
โอเคได้แล้วฮะmost venerable friends of Dhamma and หลวงพี่หลวงพี่ดร.พรชัยหลวงพี่คริ้นเนาะand everyone good evening Bante and everyone first of all I would like to share merit from the Sangha offer to 323 temple in the 4,000 southern border province of Thailand today to all of you. And I am delighted and honored to be this seminar with all of you today. When the Buddha get enlightened, he start his teaching with his first 5 devotees that we know about Panchavakki, and he kept propagating to teaching of the Buddhism until there were enough number of monks that we could give the sermon of Ovatapatimokkha on Makhabusha Day, which is the principle of Buddhism propagation for 1,250 monks. The Buddhism propagation enlarged the positive effect to following who can reach the inner peace, and this will finally create the true world peace as the end result. Therefore, the Buddhism propagation is right the peace creation of human being. In the ancient time, the Silk Road of China is not only the economic route, but also the channel of Buddhism propagation in many regions around the world. In the era of King Asoka the Great, he sent Dhammatutta monks to 9 routes of Buddhism dissemination throughout all regions of the world. This caused the worldwide spread of the Buddha's teaching in the past. In the era of at present, the world economic expand not only physical but also online through many social platforms that online seller joy, and this help the world economy grow despite the period of the COVID-19 pandemic. When the time passed by, so many things has already changed. The ways of Buddhism propagation should be adjusted to be online more and more. You might see the sermon of the monks via Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, like Long Pi Kin. This might be called the age of digital Silk Road. However, we still follow the last teachings of the Buddha that the human body doesn't exist forever, but will be weakened by any cause as the time passes by. You should benefit yourself and others and live your life without carelessness. This means that the monk should learn Dhamma, train themselves, and introduce the teaching of the Buddha to other global people. Even though the time changed, the exists principle of Ovatapatimokkha that the Buddha gave on Makhabusha Day are still maintained. There are number 1, the propagation of the true peace should be made without insulting or making surrenders allegation against each other. Number 2, the propagation of true peace should be made without assaulting or harming each other. And number 3, the peace seekers should observe the precepts. Therefore, it is the role of everyone to propagate the teaching of the Buddha in order that the people, regardless of their nationality and race, can attain the inner peace so as to explain the outer peace to other parts of the world. For the Buddha's time, to the era of King Asoka the Great, until the age of digital Silk Road, the social media will play an important role to propagate Buddhism from now on. On the occasion of Makabusha Day, which is the day of the announcement of the propagation of Buddhism, on the occasion of Vapathamakaya 54th anniversary, we invite lay people around the world to practice meditation for inner peace and organize activity in this year as follows. Number one, the alms giving to over 1,000 monks in the early morning. Number two, the meditation practice and presentation of Guinness World Record award on the title The Most Precious Received for a World Peace Campaign in 1 year. And number three, at night, the lighting of over 100,000 lanterns in homage to the Buddha, which is like the guiding light of Buddha, of Dhamma of the Buddha for the global people to get the world peace through inner peace. At the end of my speech, by the power of Triple Gem, may all of you be blessed with good health, successful propagation of Buddhism, and attain the inner peace finally. Thank you. Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you very much, Venerable Doctors Prasanit Wongwuthi Wangso, the Director's Department of Communication of Dhammakaya Temple. He said that in the past we have Silk Road, but now we have digital Silk Road. So we have a lot of more varieties of platform of using for spreading Dhamma to all around the world. Like he said, like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitters, and so on. So maybe we can adapt and mix all methods and technologies to spread Dhamma and to make our world get peaceful. And also, he invited us to join Makabusha Day at the Makaya Temple. So I wish everyone have a peaceful ceremony and events on that day, and even like on the Makaya Temple or other temples around the world. So now we would like to invite the last honorable speaker, Mr. Nikesha Adhikari, Shaman of the Promised Land from Nepal at this time. Please.
Hello.
Hello. สวัสดีค่ะ
Namaste. So I just want to start off by saying thank you for the privilege of addressing this esteemed gathering. Your contributions and efforts have shaped our understanding and preservation of the Silk Road environment. What we're celebrating today is about the rich stories, the cultural exchange, and the deep environmental heritage that the Silk Road has gifted us. The Silk Road has created massive network connections, linking hearts, minds, and souls across different lands. Buddhism's journey across the Silk Road is a beautiful example of how culture and faith can cross mountains, deserts, and oceans, growing and evolving with every step. This wasn't just a one-day trip, it was an exchange. Buddhism absorbed new influences, adapted to new cultures, and in return enriched every hearts, minds, and souls across different lands. I am Nikesh. Today I am speaking from the heartland of Buddha, representing the Promised Land, organization based in the beautiful and spiritual landscape of Nepal. As we gather at this Global Buddhist Forum to reflect upon and celebrate the profound legacy of Buddhism, a legacy that has traversed vast distances, cultures, and epochs along the ancient routes of the Silk Road. Buddhism, with its profound teachings of compassion, mindfulness, and enlightenment, found a path along these routes. Monks, pilgrims, and scholars traveled these roads, not just carrying with them sacred texts and relics, but also the seeds of inner peace and wisdom, planting them in the hearts and minds of people across continents. In the midst of this vibrant exchange, nested in the lap of Himalayas, lies Lumbini, the birthplace of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Lumbini is a beacon of peace, a sanctuary where the air resonates with the epoch's echoes of Buddha's teachings. The environment of Lumbini, with its monasteries, sacred Bodhi trees, and reflective water, invites souls from around the world to experience the profound serenity that Buddha embodied. As we convene for the Buddhist Silk Road 2024 Forum, marking the auspicious occasion of Magha Puja Day and the 54th anniversary of the Dhammakaya Temple, we are reminded of the enduring legacy and unifying power of Buddhism. This gathering demonstrates the timeless relevance of Buddhist teachings and the global community's dedication to peace, understanding, and spiritual growth. As we delve deeper into the essence of Lumbini and the Buddhist Silk Road, we recognize the transformative power of these sacred journeys. The Silk Road was not merely a physical route, it was a spiritual highway that facilitated the exchange of ideas, philosophies, and spiritual practices. These exchanges led to a remarkable fusion of traditions, which contributed to the rich tapestry of Buddhist art, architecture, and literature. The stupas, monasteries, and manuscripts that emerged along the Silk Road to this unique cultural and spiritual synthesis. Moreover, the Silk Road's role in spreading Buddhism underscores the universality of its message. The teachings of Buddha centered and overcoming suffering through inner transformation found resonance across diverse cultures. This universality is a reminder that the quest for peace and enlightenment transcends geographical border boundaries and cultural distinctions. Today, as we stand at the crossroad of history and modernity, the legacy of Buddhist Silk Road offers us invaluable lessons. It teaches us the importance of dialogue, the strength of diversity, and the power of spiritual connectivity. In an age marked by rapid change and challenges, the principle of Buddhism, decimated along the Silk Roads, provide a beacon of hope and path towards sustainable peace. In honoring this legacy, the Promised Land is committed to not only preserving the sacred site along the Buddhist Silk Road, but also to reviving the spirit of cultural and spiritual exchange that defined this historic route. We aim to foster a global community bound by the shared values of compassion, mindfulness, and mutual respect. Let us therefore draw inspiration from the ancient Silk Road to build new bridges of understanding and cooperation. Let us carry forward the light of Buddhism, illuminating the path towards a more peaceful, compassionate, and enlightenment world. Thank you for your attention and joining us in this noble journey. Together, we can continue to spread the timeless message of Buddha, nurturing the seeds of peace and wisdom for generations to come. Namaste, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nikesha Atikari. He said that Stiros is the legacy of the world. Since in the ancient time, Stiros unified power of Buddhism and forest of all beautiful cultures and art that every areas have together. And even today, he wished that we can exchange spiritual together to make our world have sustainable peace by the Buddha teachings throughout this Silk Road. So I agree with him very much. Thank you very much, Ka. So now our seminar has come to the end. So I would like to invite Venerable Dr. Ponchai Parawattammo Pinyapong, President of World Alliance of Buddhists, to have a closing speech and shares loving kindness for the global peace in this time. นิมนต์เจ้าค่ะ
Okay. On behalf of the World Alliance of Buddhists, I would like to convey my sincere appreciation to all the speakers who sharing with us for today, the Global Buddhist Forum, to commemorate Makabusha Day and the 54th anniversary of the Makaya Temple. I think if anyone participate since the beginning until the last speaker, you can get many knowledge and many idea from the wisdom of the speakers. So I would like to thank all the speakers again. And thanks for all the participants who joining with us today until the last of the program. So as usual, before we end of our program, we would like everyone to sharing the loving kindness for all sentient beings for today. So everyone just close your eye and gently, softly make our mind stay still at the center of the body. And sharing loving kindness to people of the world from our still mind. May everyone be happy, free from suffering, free from COVID-19, free from any disease and all calamities. May everyone have opportunity to practice the Buddha Dhamma and in the Dhammakaya Buddha very easy and very soon. พุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธรรมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัพพะโอทีภวันตุเต So I would like to invite everyone to pay homage to the triple gem together. อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภควาพุทธังภวันตังอภิวาเทมิ โอเมนาโถ Buddha is our refuge สวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมธัมมังนามัสสามิธัมโมเมนาโถ Dhamma is our refuge สุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆ
ติปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสัง
สั
ฆั
ง
ง
ฆั
นาง
นะ
มา
มามิ
สังฆังนามา
สังโฆ
สัง
เม
โฆ
นา
เมนาโถ
สัง
สั
ฆั
ง
ง
โฆ
is
เม
our
นา
refuge
our
สัง
refuge
โฆเมนาโถสังฆะ is our refuge
May everyone pay homage to the Lord Buddha together. First bow, second bow, and third bow.
So at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Ponchai Parvatamo to have a closing speech at this time.
He did already so this เดี๋ยวจะเปิดเพลงมาค่ะค่ะ
Okay. So and now I would like everyone to watch the videos on Dhamma Temple. That everyone will be joyful together on this video. Please. Okay.
1,250 องค์ ผู้ทรงอภิญญา
สาธุ
ล้วนเป็นเอหิภิกขุอุปสมบทที่มาประชุมกันโดยมิได้นัดหมาย ณ เวรุวันมหาวิหาร ในวันเพ็ญขึ้น 15 ค่ำ เดือน 3
พระจันทร์ลอยเด่นจ้าจ้านกองค์พระศาสดาวันมาขอบุญนามีน้อมดวงใจส่งถึงพระชินสีล่วงการผ่านไป 2,000 กว่าปีโลกนี้ร่มเย็นเรื่อยมาพระพุทธองค์ได้ทรงประทานโอวาท
เป็นหลักพระศาสนาแก่เหล่าพระอรหันต์ 1,250 องค์ ผู้ทรงอภิญญาล้วนเป็นเอหิภิกขุอุปสัมปทามารวมกันโดยมิได้นัดหมายณ เวลุวันยามบ่ายทรงแสดงโอวาทปาติโมกข์
ทรงมุ่งดับทุกโศกแด่ชาวโลกทั้งหลาย
เพื่อเป้าหมายสู่พระนิพพาน
มาขอบูชามหาสมาคมใหญ่พุทธบริษัทรวมใจจัดโคมประทีปถวายมาขอบูชามหาสมาคมใหญ่พุทธบริษัทรว